这几天 Kyrie Irving 招募老詹的事闹得沸沸扬扬，满城风雨。但事实上，老詹会去达拉斯吗？不，因为他还有一个更大的计划。让我们来看看 NBA 白小生 James 是怎么说的吧。
Expansion teams, not until after something was just kind of announced. How many cities are really in conversation there, and how do you see that kind of panning out? And do they have similar rules as the NHL for expansion drafts and teams having a chance at being successful quick? For instance, Las Vegas Golden Knights, one of the most recent expansion teams, like 6 years ago, they immediately went to like the finals in the first year because who you're able to draft in the expansion draft and how the NHL wants you to have success quick. Is the NBA in a similar fashion setup, and how do you see the expansion situation going?
So when the expansionship, companionship, expansionship. When the Raptors were an expansion team in Toronto, in the 90s, they had an expansion draft. BJ Armstrong, I think, went from Chicago at that point to Toronto. So there's history there. When there's a new team, they have an expansion draft, potentially pluck different guys from different teams. So could I see that? For sure. I don't think an expansion team in the NBA is necessarily imminent. Like, do I think it happens this summer? I haven't gotten that sense. Now, could
what
it
is
happen
it? Vegas,
in 3 to 5
Seattle?
years?
Is Vegas, Seattle?
I do believe Vegas. Vegas is very, very high on the list. Seattle, very, very high on the list. So if I had to project it out, which cities would be there for first dibs in any which order. This isn't in the order of which I believe it. Like Vegas, Seattle for sure. LeBron James, he's come out recently in the last year or so. He's talked about how he wants to be the owner of the Vegas team. Like I'm sure already has some grand plans. He's probably already working on all this behind the scenes. And so if he's going to retire potentially in 2-3 years, that does line up, in a potential time frame.
Tom Brady owns a team in Vegas. Yep. LeBron owns a team in Vegas. What a come up for a city that wasn't allowed to have professional sports for so long because, remember, it would be corrupted.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive. Thank you so much, Shams, for joining us.